Welcome to No FOMO Charts YouTube channel, live stream number 7. Today is Friday, August 21st, 2020. In this video, I talk about stock charts and technical analysis education. Disclaimer, these videos and charts are for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. So, let's start with the Dow Jones Index. So if anyone's watching this live, thank you for watching. If you have a question about stocks or crypto that you want to see technically analyzed, feel free to just go ahead and type it in the chat box at any time. And if you have a request for a stock chart or crypto, please ask in the chat box at any time. So I'll try to do this one faster. Last week I went 2 hours long, which is really super long. So this time I'm going to go a lot faster. So I'm going to do less detailed analysis. We'll just try to go. So, okay, starting with the DJI, Dow Jones Index. All right, so the final big week of earnings is basically over. I mean, other companies will still report every day. So you have to check your own broker calendar for the stocks, but let's go with the DJI. All right, so the crazy carnage of Q2 2020 earnings is over. Now, where are we? All right, so let's look at the price. Let me close this up. Let's look at the price. The price is basically still in an uptrend, How do we know this? How do we know? Because higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. This was a lower high, but this is still higher low. And then this became a higher high. So if we zoom in, let's zoom in. Alrighty. Zoom into the price. What do we see? So this horizontal support and resistance at 27,607 is crucial because there is a possible continuation pattern playing out because we had the support right here. All right, bounce off the support level up here, pull back down to this support, horizontal support resistance level, the yellow line right there. Then we had a bounce, but it's only a bounce. Okay, so if anybody uses indicators out there, right, just give a little preview of this, right? You can use like one of these, right? Just pick your favorite moving averages, one of those, right? Or a pivot point, just whatever you want to use. But for me, in the point of this YouTube channel is just getting the basics and the foundations because there's so many indicators out there, chart indicators, right? And tools out there. But what I believe is the foundation of technical analysis are things like price, volume, trend, support and resistance. And then there are other indicators out there that can help with the analysis, right? But most of the time, all we really need to focus on is trend and support and resistance, okay? For medium-term trading and longer-term investing, okay? So these lines still play out. All right, so the yellow is kind of getting a little messy. Let me erase those. Okay, the circles so we can see the price. Right, so very simply, all we did was pull back for about a week and bounce. We found support at 27,600. Okay, 27,600. Now we have a bounce. So what remains to be seen on the Dow Jones is, are we going to find a higher high? Is this the question? Two questions. Is this the lower high? Meaning, is this the bottom of this support? Right? Because this is an interesting pattern. This happens a lot. Boom, breakout, retest of the support, and higher highs. Possibly, maybe. All right, so where are we looking to go to? This range. Okay, because there's a gap over here. So this extends all the way over here. So basically 28,500. All right. So let me actually move this down. We could put that right there, the yellow box. Yellow box is the higher high target, okay, up here. If that doesn't happen, then a lower low would be expected, and that would be possibly in the 27,000 range. Okay, so for next time, I'll mark it X marks the spot. If we're going bullish, it goes up, it's going here. If it's going down, it's going down here. All right, and then the immediate support and resistance, support down here, right here. So the bottom of this candle is the support, so 27,518, and the top of this red candle is the resistance. All right, so it's stuck between here and here. All right, so very simple. Next, S&P 500. So S&P 500 still making higher highs. Basically closed at a record high. Closed at a record high. All right, it's getting a little choppy around here in terms of like just barely the market's like, oh, let's just get this record and see what happens. So meaning the record of what? The record of all-time price highs. 3396, 3393 was broken. Okay, so if we're going to keep going bullish, I know there's a lot of lines here, but if you look at the top three lines here, 3,400, 3450, 3500 in terms of just $50 increases would be the bullish targets to the upside. So if we keep going up, it's just going to hit one of those three, right? But at the same time, just being a little, if we're a little cautious as a bear, we think, wait a second, we just broke all-time highs. Some people might sell a little bit just to take some risk off the table. I mean, if professionals or anyone bought down here, experienced traders bought down here, and it's like, well, if we're all the way up here or we're over here, maybe somebody's going to take some profit on that. So where would the bearish downside targets be? Again, there is a gap here. Let me draw it. Gap here at 3263 like this. So if you draw that yellow box out right here, we could definitely pull back down to support at 3322 here. Okay, so the X could be the bullish, this could be the bearish targets. All right, so also there's this trend line right here. So again, immediate support and resistance. Immediate resistance at 3400 and support 1 3354 and support 2 3327. What do I mean by support? Support meaning that there's buyers, there's demand in the past. So if the price comes down like this, maybe some traders and robots and algorithms and quantitative funds might start buying a little bit right there, expecting some kind of bounce, maybe here and maybe here, right? So let's keep it simple. Still on an uptrend. We don't need to panic yet. Okay, if you see something like this, that's would be a little bit cautious, a little bit nerve-wracking, right? Depending on how much money someone has in the market, right? This is business as usual rally to me. That's what it looks like. It looks like this. Okay, so next, IXIC, Nasdaq. Nasdaq. All right, this looks like a lot of lines. But all we need to know right here is Nasdaq at all-time highs, and it's an uptrend. All right, so how about I just erase this right here? We'll just make it real clean and easy for anyone watching this. Right here. How do we know it's an uptrend? It's a one-day chart. Higher high, higher low. High, low, higher high, higher low. High, low, high, low, high, low, and just made the high this week. All right? So if it's higher high, higher low, higher high, so then the two questions is where's the higher high going to stop, and then where would the higher low be established? Meaning, where's it going to go up and then reverse, and then where's it going to come down? So where we could estimate that, just using basic, just look at the number. Like, what is it right now? 11,300, then 11,400. Boom, right here. Simple. Resistance 1, 11,500. Resistance 2, 11,600. All right, there's other ways to do it, but that's the most simple way because those are whole round numbers that bots and quant and algorithms, those are like the easiest levels. Okay, but if we pull back down to support to the downside, then we'll see there's support 1 right here at 11,130. There's another support right here at basically 11,000 psychological. Right there. And then there's this gap. You see this right here? There's an interesting inflection point right somewhere around the middle there. 10,800. Okay? So when a price is up here in the middle of nowhere, blue sky breakout, the highest ever of NASDAQ in the history of the NASDAQ Composite Index. These are the levels we're watching out for. All right, so this is the bullish targets area, and this is the bearish targets area. So they're circuit breakers, so it's not going to probably do this crash in one day. It takes time. Also, if that really happens, if there's some extreme emergency in the global markets this weekend, for example, right, just hypothetical, is the stock market has circuit breakers, it'll stop at a certain percentage per day, and then the market, and then basically the index will stop trading at a worst case scenario. So that's why we don't have to be too afraid. It's if someone's a swing trader or a longer term investor, it's more about trend, and this is in a textbook. This is a textbook uptrend. All right, textbook uptrend. All right. Next, Russell 2000. Russell 2000, very similar to the Dow Jones. See that? That little breakout. The breakout right here, price breakout. Let me circle it. Price breakout, pull back down, and then there's a support level down here. The support level down here. All right, 1547 price. So interesting pattern, right? There's a support level, and this is a hammer candle, right? So there's support right here. A little bit of buyers. Could be robots. Could be humans, right? So this target up here is still in play. If we break bullish and go up, then it's going to test this spot over here, right? You could test it. If not, this is the support level, 1540. 1540 is the support level. If we break down from there, again, this is support level here, 1500 and then 1469. Okay? So it could do that. Could be a continuation pattern depending on the market and the news, or break down, retest support, and end up down here in a bearish scenario. All right, next, VIX. I'll just do this one very quickly. Okay, VIX in a daily downtrend. Okay, daily downtrend. The support still holds around $21, and there's immediate resistance at 25. Okay, so that one's super fast. Still in the downtrend, but again, if all these indexes, Dow Jones, S&P, Nasdaq, Russell 2000, especially S&P and Nasdaq, crash, if they crash, right, then we might see the spike. Just like back here, there was this same pattern back here, and then we had a spike in the volatility. So just watch out for that. If something bad happens in the market, this might spike up. Okay, next. Spot gold, XAU USD. This is important for anyone who's looking at the crypto market, Bitcoin, because gold and silver have high correlations with Bitcoin and Ethereum for the past month or two. Okay, it's not infinite, it's not forever, just the correlations are there. So, excuse me about that noise. So, what's happening in the market right now? Just if we just turn off the lines, okay, we were in an uptrend into a consolidation. Let me draw this. We were in an uptrend to consolidation with a breakout. Now, what's happening? Let me erase these circle targets so we know what is happening in the market. Okay, I'll reset the support and resistance because we did find a temporary top at 2080. Basically 2000. 2000 was our top for gold. Okay? And again, we have to realize that why, for example, why did it come down and how did I know? How did I know first? Okay, this is a little bit of a FOMO rally. Fear of missing out rally. Right? If gold starts pumping, going high, up, people want to trade that. People want to trade that, right? So again, what I was saying in one or two videos ago is even in the COVID-19 crash, one of the worst crashes in economic history in recent years, decades, is we crashed down approximately, let's say from the exact top to the exact bottom, about 15%, negative 15%. So this rally up here, there's a FOMO breakout rally. From this breakout point to here, also went almost 15%. Then you gotta have to start wondering, like, okay, if in the worst crash we went negative 15 and now we're going plus 15 and we're hitting the top of this channel. See that? Which was there for a long time. The target was there, and it's a psychological 2000 number. And some other indicators and tools are saying maybe it's getting a little bit too high. That's how we knew. That's how I know on the analysis. So, again, and this middle, what I call the heart line, the half line, the dotted red line of the channel is there too as the middle support line. Okay, so what's happening here is, let me erase all this yellow stuff. The yellow here is just this is the resistance level, okay? So I'll leave that one there. Resistance at 2062. And then the support break from the breakout level, I'll put it a little more down, is about 1800. Okay, so now we're stuck. So now it was in an uptrend, higher high, low high, and then it turned into a downtrend. How do I know? Well, almost a downtrend. Pullback. Almost a downtrend. It's not extremely confirmed yet because it's lower high. This could have been a higher low, like I was saying, right? But then once we had this part right here, lower high, it's over. Boom, boom. Cannot break higher, then boom, back down to the middle half line with some support, immediate support at 1922. It's kind of hard to see these dotted lines, but people bought right here. Oh, the robots did. How do I know if it's going to turn into a downtrend is we need this lower low, right? We need boom, boom, boom down to somewhere down here that's below 1856. All right, so the first support is 1923. Second support is 1860. Then third support way down here, the original one is 1800. All right, so resistance 1 on the top for gold is 2000. Then resistance 2 is 2000, like 50, and let's put 2100 as resistance 3. All right, so now all we have to see with gold is it going to continue up, right? These are the bullish targets, 1, 2, 3, right there to the upside. If it does that, to the upside. But if it breaks bearish, 3 targets to the downside, 1, 2, 3, right there. All right, so, but this pattern, I've seen this before. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but, right, after you get a huge rally up, then people sell, and then people short, and then people say, like, well, let's trade the recovery, and then is it real? And then it's a wait, let's try to figure out if it's real or not in the market. And so that's what's basically happening psychologically. Right, technically, though, this could be an ABC correction pattern. So I wouldn't be surprised if we even crash down to 1800. Don't be surprised, because it's like we just went to the top, we went to the middle, and if it's enough momentum down, we're going to hit the bottom of this thing, possibly. So it's going to retest the top, or it's going to retest the bottom, essentially, in a nutshell. Okay, next. Silver. All right, so we had the bounce. Okay, so let me erase these targets so it's a little easier to see. All right, so what is happening with silver? You see these 2 yellow lines, this one and this one, okay? That is the support and resistance. So resistance at about $28. The support at around 25, basically, if you want to draw it higher. Nah, actually it's lower, 24.50, okay? So let's erase this one. All right, so it's a similar thing with gold, all right? What I was saying, how did I know silver's going to pull back a little bit and lose momentum? Well, first, if you look back again, the COVID-19 crash on silver went from top to bottom, negative 36%. Negative 36% in one of the worst crashes. Then we had a breakout above this resistance. You see this right here? We broke out, and boom. Then how much do we go? 55%. Almost, it would have probably went 60%, but then gold kind of topped out and lost momentum. Also, it hit the top of this trend line right here. Okay. So it broke out of the trend line, tried to test it a couple days, and nope, down to where? Back down to the support level right here, $25. And then we bounce up to try to test. Again, the market likes to test. Say, was it real? Because when you just see this part, it's like, oh, it could just be a pullback, and then we go higher, right? So we test it, and then we hesitate with the doji candle up here around $28, then we pull back. So where's the resistance? Where's the support on the price? It's still in an uptrend, but losing momentum is how I would describe it. So resistance number 1 right here is $28. Okay, it's a little hard to see, but it's this big yellow line. Resistance number 2 is $30. Then you have dollar increment targets, 31, 2, 3, 4 to the upside. If this is really going to break out again, these are the targets. Okay, but if it's bullish, right? If it's bearish and boom, come down, test it and fail, then the immediate support number one is right here at 24.50. Okay. If this turns to ABC correction, I'm expecting to come back down here to like 22.50. All right. We'll see though. We'll see. Right? Is it just a pullback? Okay. We'll see. All right. Dollar currency index, bit of finding its bottom, but still consolidating in this range. So this one, I'm just going to say the dollar currency index in a downtrend, still by definition, it's going to take some time to get out of this downtrend, but it's still stuck between two levels. Resistance 94, and support basically at 93 and also 92. Okay, all the way down here to make it easy. So this one just stuck going sideways. Yes, there might be a play in here, right? If you look at certain indicators, yes, there might be a bounce in play. Yeah. But at the same time, though, is just psychologically is what are people going to do with their money? That's the big question we should be thinking about. All right, next, U.S. oil, USO. Support and resistance. All right, so U.S. oil is still in a textbook uptrend into a consolidation. Okay, it's not as powerful as Nasdaq doing this. It kind of went like this, and then it's going a little bit sideways. So to me, that's like if a rocket goes up, and then in that moment it starts to lose momentum and the gravity takes over, then it might do that. Maybe, right? But I think what's keeping the trend alive is the vaccine and the reopening, at least for America, U.S., right? The expectation that that will probably happen in the next year, hopefully. All right, so this is an example, like I was saying last week, of a more slow uptrend to our targets. Is there a pattern in here? Well, there's support levels, right? Support. Where's the support? 29.65. 30. Excuse me, 1 second. Right, 30. Right here. We'll just draw these two right here. Boom and boom. Okay, so this kind of ascending wedge is getting really tight. It's not perfect, these lines right here, but it's getting tight. So it's at the support, finding support right here. Okay, that's good. Very good. Now, if it's still in a higher high, higher low pattern, which it technically is, I'm expecting to retest $31. Okay? If it goes up, run to $31. Because that's a level that's been tested $30 to $31 multiple times. If that breaks down, if this for some reason folds over and comes down, then we're going to test support number one, 21.65. Then you see this cluster of prices into an inflection point into over here. This could be the support number 2, 29. Right? So I'll just leave in a circle right here. So it's basically oil stuck between U.S. oil ETF, stuck between 31 and 29.67. Okay. Next, United States natural gas, UNG. UNG. All right. So this one it's still uptrend, higher high, higher low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So it hasn't quite made its higher high yet, but it's coming into a resistance gap zone. You see this right here. Okay, it already topped out here 1, 2, 3 times. So there's some resistance right here. Where is this around? About $14.50, $14 to $15 range. So right where I circled this X. All right. So we might see it go up a little more just because of the demand increasing, at least in the U.S. We got some heat waves throughout the country. We have people using either their cooling or their heating, depending on where they live. So, that takes electricity, that takes gas, right? So demand kind of up for natural gas right now. Also on expectations. So these levels still play out. It's basically stuck right now. Immediate resistance at $13.95, immediate support at $13. All right, so watch for the break of one of those two. And then if it comes down, then right here, $11.98 and $11.24. So all these lines, they still matter. They're still in play. So it's just interesting to see a little bit of a rally, pull back, but finding support and bounce back up. So that reminds me of here where we can't make an official call yet, right? But But if we look at the longer term pattern, high, low, high, low, high, low, I'm expecting a high, maybe, right? Unless this turns into a double top and then we're going to go down, right? So that's why we want to watch for the price. All right, so that was a little, how long have we been going? 25. All right, so let's go ahead and go to global. Again, thank you for watching. If you have a stock or cryptocurrency that you want me to analyze, please let me know in the chat box. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to go to the global section of this live stream. We're going to Shanghai Composite, SH Comp, Shanghai Composite Index. All right, interesting developments. All right, so first we had to turn this off. All right, so we had the FOMO rally back in July. Boom, up, finding support, retest. See, I said it was going to retest right here. Okay, like 3372, retest, come back down, finding support down here. Okay, see these two price levels, finding support, rally up to test it again. Markets like to do that, right? The bull's saying we're not done yet, so let's go back up. And then the bear's saying nope, down. Then bulls, buyers say no, one more time. And then we go up. So we finally broke this resistance. We hit the top, but then bears saying, the Morningstar pattern. So there's a little bit of a fight right now in the market with the traders and the robots. Because when you get up, down, up, down, up, down, and it's testing support and resistance like this could be considered, to me, it's almost like a consolidation in itself. Let me erase this. Right, we have some new developments. So now what we do is see this, that makes sense. Okay, you can even go higher, right? If you want to get it right in there. All right, so this trend line is still in play. So it's an important trend line right here. This on the top side is turning into an important trend line as well on the top. All right, so it's turning into a larger, almost ascending triangle upward wedge pattern, larger pattern. All right, so what remains to be seen, but what's important is we topped out right here in the yellow. We hit that resistance level 2 times at 3450. Okay, so that's a definite resistance. Then we have support 1 right here at 3306, support 2 at 3200. All right, so if we look at this, just the yellow triangle right here, it's turning into a bit of ascending triangle, right? So let's use a very conservative target, maybe from here to here. Okay, 6%, breakout 6%, then the target's up here, 35.46. That's target 1. Target 1 for the bulls, right? They find support here, and we bounce up like that. It's probably gonna, it might test this resistance one more time. If you break out, then watch for that pullback pattern up to here, right? Watch for that. Basically, okay. But if we pull back down, okay, if we pull back down, right, if we lose this support with the retest right here, then support 1 and support 2. All right, so Shanghai Composite still in its uptrend, but this is a little bit weak in the market, okay? All right, next, Hang Seng Index, HSI. Hang Seng Index, HSI. All right, so if we turn all this off, right, Hong Kong stock market was in a downtrend, finding some support right here at 24,200, 24,300 range, right, with the bounce up, but coming to this resistance over here and pulling back down. So again, you have to be careful because right now it's yes, it came up, but this could be just a giant lower high. And it could come back down to test this. If it's bullish, then we could see this, right? But if it's bearish, then we could see this. Maybe not that low. It's going to go to here first. So either one of those, right? So this is the bullish scenario where we come back down and then turn into a double bottom pattern and probably go up to here, right? If not, if it's a lower low, then it probably come here and here. So resistance 1, immediate resistance at 25,467, support right here at 24,400. Stuck between those two levels, so we want to see, is this support going to hold down here? And do this? If it breaks out, is this resistance going to hold? Next resistance up here. There's one mid resistance in here, 26,000, okay? So I think for the Hang Seng Index, I would just say it's just a matter of support resistance right now. Because the trend is a little choppy, right? Someone might say, oh, head and shoulders, right? So there's so many things people can say and see with this. If this is true, this would be maybe not that good. Because 7%, right? You break this neckline down, negative 7% is like all the way down here. So if there's a head and shoulders in there, you want to watch out. But right for now, it's just stuck right here. So it's a reasonable range of 4%, reasonable, right? So what's really important is this resistance or this support. Okay. Next. Hey Sarah, thanks so much for watching. I noted those cryptos. Great. So we'll look at those today. Cool. So, okay, Nikkei 225, Japan Index. We'll just try to speed these up here. I'm not going to redraw these all. So, interesting, right? Consolidation pattern, breakout, and a retest. Okay, so with this right here, it's not in a uptrend right now because it's in a consolidation phase. It's in a consolidation phase. It went sideways and now breaking out of this wedge going sideways. So what could happen is if this is continuation, boom, test the support and then try to get to this X box up here, the treasure box, right, for the bulls. Okay, right here, 24,000. But sometimes this stuff breaks down, right, and where are support levels? 22572, right here, 22200 and 21840 right here. All right. So it's either gonna go up like that or down like that. So reasonable support, resistance right here at 23312 and support at 22859. All right. Okay, KOSPI, Korean Composite Stock Price Index. So KOSPI, very interesting. It seems like the technical analysis, like somebody in Korea watching, it's like a Korean hedge fund manager or investment bank manager, like watching my video. That'd be very interesting, right? Because it's hitting the targets like exactly. Okay, hit this bullish target exactly up here at 2457 and then reverse down to the bearish target exactly right down here. But it's not hard to see it though if someone has experience in the charts because like how did I know maybe it's going to top out here? But there's a resistance here, okay? So we wrote it down, marked it down 2457 right here. But then again, if you see this, if you look at this like on a line chart, right? There's not much support levels on the price. So where's the biggest support level? Way back down here, 2279. And that was the resistance point back here before the COVID-19 crash. Let me make it big. Right, so like this is this. Okay? So, what we don't want to see happening, okay, is yes, it hit this like mountain peak and kept coming down. Right? But if it keeps breaking down, we don't want to see that in terms of bulls. Like most investors like don't want to see that. But at the same time though, let's extend this trend line out. Did it get violated? It did. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to erase this one now. So now what remains to be seen is, to me, it's the support and resistance immediate right here in terms of 2332 and 2268. All right, so actually let me just erase this to make it a lot easier. I have the levels there on the video if you want to save those, but for me what I'm seeing right here is this, okay, and then this, like this. So it turned it almost like a little parallel channel almost, right? So the immediate support is this range right here, like immediate 2270. Right? The resistance still up here at 2461. And then if this breaks down, probably the next major support level is way down here. Okay? Because there's so many points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. So this is a very interesting spot for the Korean Stock Price Index. Right? It's a much larger, broader range. That's a lot. 17%, like 8% for an index, that's huge. 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 Right? So it's a little hesitation right there on that last day, there Friday, which was yesterday, right? So the question is this support going to hold? Is that going to hold? Right, we're going to hold and bounce back up to the middle here. If we bounce back up, can we retest? That'll be a nice retest, 2462, right? Or if it's going to break down, okay, there's all these support levels down here. This one, this one, this one, right? The price is on the right here. So again, if this happens to break up super bullish to the upside, 2600 would be a reasonable target. Also, maybe 2500, somewhere in there, right? So, Kospi, very interesting chart. Okay, the ASX. Okay, we'll go faster here because it just basically hit the top of this resistance of this triangle up here. So what that means is for the ASX stock price index, if we want to break bullish, it simply has to break out of here, retest here, and then hit this target. All right, but if not, then support here. So these three circles are still very, very valid. Okay, it's just it so happened to consolidate and test up at the top of this range. But yes, there's plenty of room to pull back and then go up. So just want to watch for that. So support target is 5992 right here. Immediate resistance at 6157. If it breaks out to the target 6300 up above. Okay, Nifty 50, losing a little bit of momentum. Okay, we're not going super high anymore. So let me adjust these. Right, let's get this. This was a bounce, but then see, you try to bounce and it's losing momentum. So if we extend that out and don't move it that much, it's the price is actually underneath the trend line, right? So that's not good. If Nifty 50, we want to see some bullish action, right? This thing needs to bounce. This thing needs to bounce. If not, losing momentum and coming back down to this support level, 10,900. So immediate support resistance inflection point, 11,400. The target somewhere up here, right? Look to the left. Yeah. Right here, 11,600 would be the target up here. So I'm expecting either 11,600 or pull back down to 11,000. That's what I'm expecting on that chart. Next, Euro next. Interesting. Okay. Finding our support level. See, I circled it last time. Okay, that's the support level. So let's move these out. Okay, so it's basically consolidating right now. This is Euro next chart. This is Europe. Boom. High, low, high, higher, low, but it's consolidating to equilibrium. It's tightening. Okay, it's finding support right here. Good. So this support needs to hold. If you're a bull trading in the Euro next index, you got to go up. Right? Where's the target? This resistance right here. Right here, this candle. This one. And like all these up here. See this? So again, 1,000 is the target to the upside, and the support at 972. If this doesn't hold, then support at 949 and 927 euro. Okay, next UK 100. Okay, unfortunately UK 100 looking to be in a downtrend. Okay, it's subtle. It's trying to stay alive, but lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So what remains to be seen is if this is coming back. It's tested the top of this part. If it's coming down, then these targets still remain, like the 5755 range down here. So if it's going to get a lower low and a lower high, I'm expecting this eventually to become the lower high target, right? So that's what I'm looking for. But if we happen to break bullish, great. And then this will be the target up here. So we'll leave those three. But you see, because of the technical analysis, like the two trend lines, it's very easy to see what's going on. I'm talking about this big white one right here and this big white one down here. You put those in there, it's like, oh, of course it makes sense. Of course it makes sense. All right. Next, Swiss Market Index, SMI. Okay, these two larger trend lines still in play. See this? And this one up here. Okay. But right now, again, yes, there is a head and shoulders pattern. Okay. But at the same time, it's just stuck between support and resistance. So not everything has to be a head and shoulders pattern. But if we did measure that, okay, 4% to downside. So again, I already measured it here. This is head and shoulders 1. This is head and shoulders 2. But still, it didn't crash down yet. So it's holding this trend line right here as support. So this in itself is kind of turning into a mini ascending triangle right here. Mini triangle. Right? So if bulls are going to continue here on this mini triangle, let me tighten this up a little bit. Mini triangle right here is The target, immediate target, 1% up is 10,332. Then target down is 2%. Okay. Almost done here. 3 more and we'll move into crypto. So PX1. PX1 is the Paris. All right, still consolidating sideways, finding support around 5,000 or excuse me, around 4,860, which is this circle. So we hit close enough, right, in terms of where it came down and bought back up. So the obvious play here would be to bounce up to the top, 5,067, right here. So it's just stuck between 4,867 and 5,072, right? So it might tighten up in here for a while. Okay, DAX, Germany index. So again, this trend line still in play. So what happened is we rallied to this resistance zone, pull back down, okay, right here. Like this, like so. Hey, like that, right? So if it's going to bounce off the support level, then we're going to test the resistance at 13,246. If not, support at 12,286. Okay, very simple. Last one, last index. Toronto Stock Exchange, TSX, Composite. All right, so still in this upward trend line. Wedge pattern, okay? A little bit of topping out action, though. Want to be a little careful of this, okay? So the first support is 16,299, right there. Support 2 right here at 16,000, okay? Resistance above from previous price, 16,813, and then 17,000 would be resistance 2. So again, it could come down to this support and bounce back up if we're bullish, or break down, test, and break down like that. So Canada would be a little bit watching out for that pattern right there. Okay, next. Let's see here. Let's go into crypto. Crypto. So first, let's just start with Bitcoin, though, and then we could go into the requests right away. So let's cue this up. So now we're going to the Bitcoin segment. Okay, I'm going a lot faster in this one because last week was so long for everybody. So Bitcoin, BTC, USD, 1-day chart. All right. For the sake of this, let's just start over. So right here, what's happened with Bitcoin? All right. So we had what I call the FOMO rally, which was this right here, July to August, end of July, August, like beginning of August, right? So again, we were making higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This is still a higher low. So the uptrend is not over, but it's losing momentum, okay? Because once the rocket ship goes up, that's a bad picture. Once the rocket ship goes up, and then you can feel it in the markets, like, slowing down a little bit. Then it might pull back down. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to crash because it's crypto. All we need is buyers, and then it's bulls game on, right? But at the same time, though, is this has been going on for some time. You've been hearing this. You've been watching stock news or CNBC or financial news, right? They talk about Bitcoin, right? So right now, like I was saying last week, is $12,000 US dollars Bitcoin is like the new 10,000, right? So 10,000 was where? Right here. 10,000, not 12,000, even 13,000, 12,500, right? So 13,000 is now the big breakout target. Okay. But at the same time here, we want to watch out because it's not super high in the market. It's just lost some momentum, but it's back into kind of like that neutral zone, right? So it could go any direction right now on a day chart. The week is not over yet, but again, there's not much. This is a weekly chart. I just switched to a 1 week chart right here. This is a 1 week chart. So if you see right here, there's not much support and resistance. So we could definitely, in a bearish scenario, crash back down to 10,500. It's possible. Right, the closest support right here is 11,000. All right, so the month is not closed yet. So interesting. See, once we draw the support and it's historically hitting interesting spots in the back history. See here, it's like boom, hitting this 13,000. There's a lot of history on Bitcoin, so it's hitting those levels again. So basically what we want to watch out for with Bitcoin is let's look at a bearish downside scenario first, okay? Because we want to manage our downside risk first and understand what that is. All right, so let's scenario one. If Bitcoin starts to come down in the price, all right? The support levels are right here, okay? It's 11,000. Let me draw it in like a nicer way so nobody gets confused when they watch this. Okay, so boom. Actually, no. I'll just draw in yellow. Okay, so 11,100. See that? How did I find that? Well, because there's these two candles, there's this candle, and then these candles over here. So this is a example. See here, this yellow line used to be a resistance. It used to be the ceiling. But once we break through from that, we test it as the support right here. Actually, this candle exactly, that big red one. See that? It used to be a resistance. Breakout, then it's testing as a support. Now, this is the resistance, 12,000. So it's tested multiple times, 3 times. And this support down here tested like 7 times or 4 times, right? So to simplify this, let's pull up the channel. Okay, we're just stuck. We are stuck for now between 12,000 and 11,000, 11,500 being the center. So we're just lost 11,500, but it's the weekend. In Asia, it's Saturday morning right now, right? Or Saturday like afternoon. The making of this video in Asia. So most big crypto hedge funds, institutions, banks, pro traders are probably taking the day off doing something else right now, right? We had a crazy week at crypto, if you know what I'm talking about, with trading and analysis. Okay, so with this in mind, the big story right now is, all right, are we going to break 12,000? That's the big question. And is $11,000 going to hold? Those are the only 2 levels that we need to watch out for right in like the weekend until the next Monday. Okay, so it's 12,000, 11,500, and then 11,000. So scenario number 1, if we break down, okay, we're going to test this support first, 11,000. If it keeps breaking down, that's bad. Then we're going to test 10,500. If it keeps, it might bounce in there at some point in the middle, like might bounce like this. If that rejects, might bounce, crash, bounce, crash, bounce, crash, all the way down here. So it's possible for crypto, because I've seen it happen so many times in my own eyes, right, my own trading, that it could do this. Okay, because there's not much support in the 10,000 range for now, right? If you look at the price history. So another way to analyze it, not just this way, is we draw these trend lines, right? So let's look at the close, okay? It's a little tighter here. Boom, there's one right there. And then there's one. If we want to tighten this one, that works too. And just say this is the test. Or we could just open it up like that. So you see, but for me, because this makes more sense because it actually hits more points, right? And it's a test and there's a fail up breakout attempt. So it's hitting the bottom of this trend line at least. That's why, partly why we stopped there in the price. Also, it's Friday. So again, I think downside scenario is what I was saying right here. These like 4 levels, 11,500, 11,000, 10,500, 10,000. Those are the bearish scenarios to the downside. Now, okay, now we talk about bullish scenarios and going to the upside, going up. All right, so if we're going to go up and this rally is not over, if it's not over, then this is just a support level, and then I'm expecting a retest of 12,000. Okay, it might bounce around in here actually a little bit until we get the next big breakout if it comes. If it comes, right? Or we break down. If it doesn't come, we're going to break down. Just the market's going to lose like air. It's going to lose momentum and just break down at a certain point. So, but if we keep going up, 12,000, 12,500, 13,000, let's put a 13,500 in there. All right, but this is just technical charts. Just technical charts. Okay, so remember, what do we not know is we don't know exactly what the US government is going to, or whatever country government you're in, is going to do with Bitcoin and crypto this year. We don't know. Maybe they're making some secret policy about it, right? Because last year, if you're in the market last year, this action got stopped because there's a crypto exchange hack. I think it was Coinbase hack. And there's a President Trump or Trump tweet, right? That basically said Bitcoin is bad. And then this market crashed and then it was over, right? So at the same time, I remember that. I was there like every single day of that. I remember that. So for right now is we haven't had such a super FOMO rally. That's why I'm like, because it's kind of priced in. We already had the FOMO rally like this, right? So if you kind of zoom out and look at it, it's like, we had the COVID-19 crash and the subsequent recovery into a consolidation going sideways, a breakout. Now it's just flagging to the side, flagging to the right, right? This is like a flagpole and the flag. So now it's hesitating in the 14,000, 13,000, 12,000 range. But you see here, this turned into a confirmed downtrend. Back in 2019, it was boom, higher low, higher high, higher low, big breakout because I remember this in the news, like I think it was a Chinese hedge fund or Chinese group of traders. Boom. They put like dozens of millions of dollars in Bitcoin. That's why this pumped up in like one green candle. I still remember that day. I was sitting on the computer. It's like you're trading during that time. So then boom, exploded up. Then boom. Okay, consolidation. So this is what I'm saying. If you look really carefully, okay, if you look at, can you see this? Let's see. Like right where I'm circling right here, this was April 2019. Okay, there is FOMO hype. But this pattern possibly could look similar to what we're looking at right now. Possibly. Just if you just kind of generally look at it, like it's kind of creepy. Looks almost the same, right? It looks almost the same. There's like a flag, and then this actual pattern looks almost the same. It's kind of crazy. You can just copy paste that, right? So very interesting, right? So it looks like this red candle right here could be this part right here, right? Because it went up, down, all higher highs and higher lows. So it went up, down, higher low right here. So again, are we going to go to 15,000? Are we going to go to 14, 15,000? Maybe. It's possible. But it's up to the traders in the market, the buyers and the sellers, right? So for me personally, I try not to have too much bias. That's why I don't make too many calls on these videos, right? Is I wait to see the confirmed closed evidence on the chart first before personally I make my own trades, or before I'm going to teach somebody about the education part about it, right? So again, very interesting observation. But at the same time, though, is we already had this COVID-19. The opposite argument is, wait a second, we already had this COVID-19 recovery. Any professionals, experienced traders, and robots, they already got this. They already got this part, right? So again, let's see how from the bottom here to the top of here, it went 323%. From the bottom here to the top here, it went 200%. All right, so if let's say if we're going to do another if it goes 323%, that target is 17,000 all the way up here. That's assuming the government doesn't stop it. Okay? That's assuming if the government doesn't stop it. All right, so if somebody's still bullish on Bitcoin right now, that's another 50%. That's another 50%. Sorry, excuse the background noise. It's another 50% to the upside, right? But at the same time is, look at this Bitcoin crash. Bitcoin crashed negative 70% from high to low, including the COVID-19. Let's say if that happens at any spot here, again, super bearish support could be $3,484, literally. I know it sounds ridiculous, but everyone was saying that was ridiculous for this part and this part, but it happened 2 times, right? So this is how we have anti-FOMO. This is how we have no FOMO. It's like, that would be a great spot of value $3,500 Bitcoin, because all crypto would be so cheap on sale if it crashes down like that. Okay. So that was a longer winded Bitcoin answer, but I think anybody who's watching this in the future or this weekend or this week is just kind of have to remember that there are limited buyers in the market. Okay. We're not going to, I don't think we're going to get infinite buyers forever. At some point, it's the law of supply and demand, right? At some point, the demand is over. The price will get too high and people say, no, I don't want to pay for that. It's too expensive. And then the demand falls and price falls. Like here, it's saying, whoa. Even if this is not taking into account the hack and Trump tweet, it's like, wait. 13,500 Bitcoin, we just came from 3,000, right? Somebody got there almost 500% or 400, 300, 400%, right, in there on other altcoins. So that's why people are saying, no, too expensive. Then the negative momentum happens and boom, crash. Then it's like, oh, let's try to go again. And then COVID-19. Crash. Then we recover, consolidate and recover. So again, it's very interesting. We just watch for this. Okay, watch for this. What happens? 12,000, 11,000. All right. Let's go straight into the requests right here. So Ocean Protocol, Chainlink, and Stellar. All right. So actually, I've never traded Ocean Protocol ever. So let's see. Ocean Protocol. Let me know what exchange that one is on, please, so I use the right chart. Ocean Protocol. There's one on Bittrex. Just let me know in the comments. Is this the one you're talking about? Ocean Protocol Tether on Bittrex. But before I start, KuCoin one. Okay, KuCoin. Let's see, KuCoin. Okay, Ocean BTC on KuCoin. All right, so let's do this one first because this is the right chart. So how would I analyze this? So first is looking at Bitcoin as a whole. So we just did that 5-10 minute Bitcoin analysis, right? So keeping in mind 12,000, 11,000, possibly finding support right here. And then we go to Ocean, KuCoin. Right? First thing I do is look at the long-term trend. We can run a 1 month chart because I remember you saying you're more of a longer term investor. Month chart. All right. So where did it start? The ICO apparently on this chart started at like, what is that, 202 Satoshis? There's less than a Satoshi, right? I was just going to say 209. Which started at like 202. Right? So there's where it started. Then it crashed down. Okay. So then how would you read this as an investor? Is like, okay, you just put a resistance at the top right here of 473. It's a relatively new ICO according to the chart, right? So it's June 2019. So it's like over a year old. Right here. So it's just resistance, okay? So support and resistance got broken out in the beginning of this year, January 2020. Breakout candle in February. Boom up with, and then this is it right here. If you're an investor, is like it broke these levels. You see that? Holding support, broke the level. Boom up like this. It tried to crash down, but people are saying, no, let's buy this. The bulls saying, nope. They defended that support level. Up, consolidation sideways, then huge rally on probably maybe a little bit of fundamental catalyst, but then also this just looks like trading right here. So again, the big inflection point would be over here at 1789. Okay, so that's another support. Another support at 2069. Another support at 1643. These are more investing levels, right? And then 941 down here support. So let's break it down. Go into a weekly now. Okay, so we just see what happened, right? It has been in a weekly uptrend. Very important. You see this trend theory still holds. See this? This is like textbook uptrend. High, low, high, low, high, low, higher, high, higher, low. See this? You could even draw a trend line. That's a little dirty trend line. You could draw a trend line. Just like that. See that? Riding that trend line up. Crypto loves to do that. Okay. And so what were the signals, right? I'll erase the top line. It's a little confusing. So for me, if I was an investor and I see this, and if I really did my research on Ocean Protocol and verified everything's cool and good with Ocean Protocol and the exchange, then it's like, it's an uptrend. And then once we got the breakout of this resistance level right here of 937, then you see them, then the market explodes. Okay, so I remember the same thing happened with Chainlink a long time ago, like 1 or 2 years ago. It was in this like quiet uptrend, and then once it breaks out, it's like boom, the whole market knows, like, all right, here we go. It's moon time for Ocean Protocol. In the past, that was in July 1st. Okay, so I'm not saying now, because right now, if we now fast forward to a daily. Okay, I'm gonna erase that. Right, if you look at this daily though. Yeah, you want to watch out because definitely might not want to FOMO. And this is not financial advice, by the way. It's educational advice. I'm just saying, if it was me, like if I'm looking at this, because I've never seen Ocean Protocol before, so I'm like, I'm probably not going to buy this as an analyst. Why? Because it's already up. It looks like it's up a lot. Already went 700%. 700%. So if somebody bought it in the beginning of this year, that's why a lot of people are selling here. So if somebody bought at January 2020 just on fundamentals and it's in a weekly uptrend, they got 1,000 or 1,200% over here. And that's why people are taking their profit. Also, these two candles right here are showing they're not massive, but there's resistance up here. There's resistance right there in the upper levels right here. So 6,000 to 52.91 is the resistance zone. But if now we're on a 1-day chart. Okay, so we're on a 1-day chart. I'm going to call this the breakout zone, like 1,000. Okay, so like this yellow circle is where we broke out on subtly on good volume about a month and a half ago. What's interesting to see though is there are some support and resistance levels. So let's mark it. Resistance up here at 5238. Support at 3874. Support 2564. Support 2079. But then more importantly, let's look at the daily trend. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Higher high, higher low, higher high. So it's Ocean Protocol right now is looking for its higher low in the price. In other words, where's the price going to be a good discount where traders are going to come back into this market? I want to caution anyone watching this though is there is a potential 5-wave Elliott pattern here. Potential. What do I mean by that? On the weekly, I'm seeing this. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, meaning maybe it's over, maybe, right? Maybe it's over because you get a big candle like that, big shooting star. It's like, well, it lost some momentum. People thought it was too expensive up there. So what I'm seeing now is possible ABC correction, right? Possible. In the Elliott wave theory. So the blue is the impulse wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up, then 3 down. Right, in a wave pattern. Also, this would, if you look at this could turn into a head and shoulders and totally crash down. So again, Ocean Protocol. Technically, it's a little bit overextended right now, but it's coming back down into a more neutral zone. So if this is where everyone's measuring with a breakout, like this spot down here, let's say like 600 somewhere, right? Let's say measure to the top here. Let's go to way top, 800%. Okay, so if 800% happened, okay, somewhere in the middle of that is like 3,000 to 2,000 would be an interesting spot if it ever reaches there. 3,000 to 2,000. Okay, market left like this. Maybe we'll look at it another time too. Right? like this. So basically the question right now is, first off, what's going to happen with Bitcoin? I'm going back to Bitcoin because Bitcoin is doing this. If Bitcoin crashes, there's like a very high chance Ocean is going to crash as well, right? But if Bitcoin continues, then it would be interesting to see Ocean protocol possibly continuing. Okay, and I'm talking more about like medium-term trends and short-term trends. This is not really talking about long-term, like where is Ocean protocol price going to be 1 year from now. I'm just talking about the next couple of days or weeks, right? But I've seen this happening in crypto before. A huge pump up, and then it's over. But the question is where is the top, though? So there was this pullback here, okay? There was this pullback. So what I'm just concerned about on Ocean Protocol, oh, did it erase? No, this is a different one. Let's go back to KuCoin. What I'm curious about is this support level going to hold down here? Meaning you got a double top too. You see this M pattern? That's why we stopped too on the price. See this? M. Boom, boom, boom. So the support could be right here, 3830. Support 1. Support 2 could be 3200. Okay, how am I getting this? I'm looking at the price right here. Okay, sometimes I use a line chart just to see the close prices because I'm more of a long-term trader. So support number 3 right here. How do I find that? That price right there, 2550. Then support number 4 from this price over, so like 1,900. Okay, the resistance levels above 4656, 5270, 6,000 even. So now there's basically 3 or 4 targets in 6,500 up here. So there's like 3 or 4 targets to the upside. Now just want to watch Ocean Protocol price very carefully. It's finding its short-term support right here at 4298 if someone's an intraday day trader. You see this? Right here? I'm on the 4-hour chart now, so it's boom, support, and hit that support level right here. But again, it's Friday, Saturday in Asia. It's Friday in America, it's Saturday in Asia, so most people are just relaxing right now. So, you know, want to watch out for that. But again, it's a little bit overextended, right? How did we know to buy this on the upside, like on this side? Okay, well, if it's starting to break first, key education lesson here is with crypto, it's to avoid FOMO, we have to get in early. Actually, this applies to anything, stocks, crypto, trading or investing. We always want to get in before what I call the FOMO madness happens, meaning that before everybody wants to start trading crypto or Ocean or Chainlink, is like we have to get in. If you're a bull and want to make not money, but if you're a bull and want the price to go green, is what I'm saying. You want it to be green, right? You want it to go up. Is these patterns right here. So again, if we zoom out, this yellow trend line we see for a very long time on Ocean. This yellow trend line. And it was in a daily uptrend for like 1 year straight. So once it broke out of this level, this is the key level, 1,000 or 99 or 950 to be exact, 950. Okay. Once it broke out of there on some volume, then the crypto traders, the day traders, the bots, the algorithms, everyone on social media, internet goes crazy and wants it. But I'm saying experienced traders who are looking at these coins and charts every single day a week is saying like, wait a second, there's a pattern here, right? Trend line to the upside. Okay, see this breakout? That's a real breakout strategy pattern. It's like if somebody goes long here, right? At that spot, that's a real strategy. Doesn't always work. But in this case, would have paid off very, very nicely, like 700% or something like that, right? From the breakout spot. It's a real technical analysis pattern. Play. But it's 25% risk. That's a lot. Huge risk, right? But if somebody's an investor and they're like, let's go, you know, they got their money's worth. So what I'm saying though is, as an investor, we're as a trader, long-term trader, we're looking for this action. Actually, we're looking for this, buying at that support level right there, or this one right there, because they hit that support level twice. See that? All right, where's that? Trying to show you right here. Either buying at this support level, or this support level. So that's what I was saying last time about buying at a place of value. If you're a long-based trader, you're a bull in the market, you want to look at more buying support levels and then just waiting. If it's an uptrend like this, you see, because it's an uptrend, it's a better place to take risk. Where is it's more scary and risky is to buy way up here, right? Literally, I hope somebody did not buy up here because they lost money, right? On Ocean, because if someone's long and they try to come in, they FOMO in at the very end, at the very top at 6,000, literally, they're down negative 29% in their account or whatever they put the money inside. Is down negative 29. So that's how you avoid FOMO, is you look for places of support and value. So more recently though, because this was really a long time ago, maybe, I don't trade this, so I didn't even look at this, right? So on the way up too, there's another strategy. There's, like I said, you apply the same logic. It's like, okay, if this is an uptrend, I want to buy at support levels. This might be getting a little too advanced. And this is more risky too, but it's like there's a support technically here. See that? There was one down here too. So it's a breakout, a retest. That happens a lot. Break and test. And if it's good, if it's solid, and traders are saying, let's go, then bam. That's why. Right? And a lot of people in KuCoin in Asia are like, whoa, this thing is breaking out like crazy. They'll see it on the homepage, right? Ocean up like on this particular week, up 50%. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to trade this. So day traders getting in this, right? So all along the way up, you'll see patterns like right here. So I'll show you. So I did the longer term pattern down here, right? So you see the trend line to the resistance break right here, 950 break. Then price is going up. There's a small one right here. You see that? Then broken. Price comes up, tests it down here, down here at support, right? Then boom, right here to the upside. It's going to break again. See that? 2000. So that's how you know something's in like a really bullish, strong trend, is when it keeps breaking resistance, just rampage up, right? Then you have a resistance right here, 25,080. Boom, broken. Then you have a flag. You see this? Flag. It's a pennant. This is another setup. So all these are setups, right? If somebody's an aggressive trader, it's more risky the higher it goes. It's like the higher somebody goes in the air, it's way more risky, right? You want to be on the ground. That's what I like to think about. You want to be on the floor. You want to buy when it's at support, not at a resistance. Like if somebody bought here and they just watched it crash down as a trader and they're beginner and they're like they're scared, they lost money, and then they'll just sell there. But then experienced people know is like, we're not going to buy this, we're going to buy this as a trader. Or if somebody's aggressive, when it breaks out, it's like, and they believe it's going to keep going higher, then it's all right, we'll do the breakout strategy, but with confirmed stop loss, right? This is crypto, so, stop losses are huge. But somebody could have just put like a 10% stop loss and they would have been totally safe, right? So it's a function of risk and understanding like what's happening with the price. It's not random for the most part. So we had right here to continue and finish this up. It's boom, triangle. And then this is where the last FOMO happens. See, when you get huge green candle days in crypto, I would actually watch out for that. I would watch out, beware. And then when you get huge sell-off days like this, and basically the market's saying 5,000, Ocean Protocol 6,000, way too expensive. And then people are selling. The people who got investors and early investors, not early investors, but early traders who came in like a month or two ago are saying, yo, I just made 600% on my investment. I might take some profit right here. Also, there's a technical pattern double top. So what might happen is this might turn into a head and shoulders, maybe. This M alone is reason to believe that maybe we're going to touch the support down here at 3,800, right? 3,800. So that's the analysis on Ocean Protocol. So that's how I do analysis as a swing trader and investor. I gave a lot of good advice there, but at the same time, it's just educational advice. All right. So, but this has nothing to do with the fundamentals of Ocean Protocol. This is just technical stock crypto charts only. So I hope that helped in some way. Let me know if you have any questions or if that was good or if that was confusing. So basically the immediate, long story short is if I started trading this, like starting right now, is like, wait a second. What I would start thinking about is, okay, if this double top right here is like, where is it going to start coming down? And then where's going to be a good place of value to buy, to trade it? So right here, if you're using other indicators, like, there's a reason why. If you know how to learn how to use these, it's like, well, of course it's going to pull back. That's how I knew on Link it's going to pull back at the same time, right? If you use other indicators like this. See, it's not random. So the next obvious place of support is like 3,500 right here. If we use some indicators, if we want to use some indicators, then that's fine, right? 2,700, 2,000, 1,400. Right now the chart's getting kind of messy, but you see there's certain points and prices on here where the price could come crashing down to. The question is, again, where is it going to be so low enough where people are going to say, ooh, that's good discount. Ocean Protocol, it's on sale, it's on discount, there's value. The bots, what's going to trigger the bots, right? So all of this is related. Also, what's happening with Bitcoin too. We go back to Bitcoin. We see Bitcoin down. You see this, right? Just that down day. Let's see. Look at the correlation. August 17th to August 22. Okay, it's 5 days. Go to Ocean. August 17th is literally the final day. August 17th to 20th. Right here to 20th. Right. So again, the correlations with altcoins, alternative coins, and Bitcoin is very, very high. We always have to watch out what's happening with Bitcoin because it stopped this rally. So hopefully that helps. Okay. Let's move on. I actually got to go faster here. So let's move on to Chainlink and Stellar. Actually, let's go to Stellar because I didn't really do Stellar that much for you last time. So let's go XLM USD. Right here it says Coinbase chart. It's 1 day chart. Okay, so what's happening right now? Immediate support and resistance. Let's get the immediate support and resistance in this chart. So I wrote it down last time. Resistance right here at 12 cents, 11 cents, right? Support down here at 10 cents, 9 cents. So again, if you just remember in your mind's eye what the Bitcoin chart looked like, XLM is just copying Bitcoin. I'll flip back and forth. This is Bitcoin. Okay, if you look at this price action right here, and this is Stellar. Looks almost the same generally. Okay, so we want to watch out for is just immediate support and resistance. Let me just draw it again. Okay, I'll start over. Just immediate support resistance. Boom, right here. Boom, right there. Resistance. 3, 2, 1. There's one right here. Immediate 10 cents. Then support at 9 cents, 9 cents, 8 cents, like that. Okay. So again, what's happening with the price trend right here? Price trend right here is boom, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. But this is a lower low. So again, copying the Bitcoin. Remember August 17th, Bitcoin started coming down. See this right here? It's not random. It's just the market's just following Bitcoin. If Bitcoin this past week went to 15,000, very high chance everything, even like Ocean Protocol, Link, Stellar, probably this price action would look more like this, probably. So again, Bitcoin right now at a very questionable spot, right? It's affecting everything in the market. So immediate support and resistance, like I said, 10 cents, 9 cents, basically. Okay, if you want whole round numbers. 9 cents, 10 cents. So if we go in a little more. Yeah, we'll stay on this 1 day chart. Okay. So stellar, everything looking like it's in the middle zone. It's in the middle zone. It's still in a daily uptrend, right? But at the same time, though, is this, if this starts losing momentum, because if Bitcoin starts crashing, very high chance these other altcoins are going to start crashing. So we got to prepare for both scenarios. That's how I survived in this market for so long, is just try not to get biased too much. That's one huge lesson that I learned the hard way on my own, is not getting too hyped that it's going up, or not getting too sad or scared that it's going down, like the price. Because what my mentors taught me, one lesson is the market doesn't even know who I am, right? The market almost like doesn't care what I think. I'm just one person. Excuse me. The market is created by millions of people and robots and computers and internet networks, companies, just all connected together. And so the market is, to me, is more about psychology. It's about the mind, the mentality. Like, what's at such a good discount spot, or what has so much hype around it that it's just gonna move. Could go up or could go down. So to wrap up XLM, let's get some trend lines. Right, get some trend lines. We already drew the support and resistance, so we know this thing is kind of going sideways and such. So again, finding support on this trend line. Okay, so it's an interesting spot right now. It's not over. It's not over. But it is finding a support level. So Bitcoin's the same way. See, it's like almost the same thing. The candles looks exactly the same. There's so many robots, algorithms in crypto. XLM looks exactly the same. But it's finding support on this USA Friday night, right? That's good. It's good. It'll be bad if in 3 days, if it does that, that's bad. That's really bad. But it's finding support right here. So it's bullish case. If it's going up, boom, finding support and bounce back to where? Somewhere probably right here. I'll draw it as a trend line. The first one, let's see. Well, it's this horizontal support right here first. Like 11 cents. Okay? Like that. If somebody wants to draw that, it's not a perfect pattern, but this would help someone understand like what's happening, because it's a flag. Larger consolidation flag. Flag pull right here. Flag pull right here. Then boom. Going sideways. So Stellar could just bounce around in here for a while until Bitcoin does something. That's the big question. Right? So I'll also leave one up here because this could turn into the wedge up there. So one of those could be the target. If Bitcoin goes up, then I'm expecting XLM maybe like 11 cents or 12 cents. If everything crashes down, including Bitcoin, then we start looking at 10 cents Stellar, 9 cents Stellar, basically. Maybe 8 cents at a worst. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes... it's all connected. Everything's connected to Bitcoin. Let's move on to Link. Link. This is Chainlink on Tether USDT. This is a 1 day Binance chart. And after this, I'm going to wrap up and do the rest of the crypto like faster. So hopefully this is helping somebody, helping you in your analysis. So in the education part. So again, Chainlink. How did I know? How did I know this thing was going to come down? Because when we looked at the Bitcoin chart last time, it's a little bit overextended. Okay, up here. And just look at the price action. If it's high, low, high, low, high, and it's like, okay, if it's going to stop around here, 12,000, 12,500, then I'm expecting it to drop back down to a support level somewhere down here, 11,200. So Link is the same way. Link is hit $20 on this chart, psychological resistance. Mental price. It's like, wait a second. Link $20? We just came from Link $5. Relative, right? You see this? It's another setup. This is another setup. Let me just Like pretend this stuff on the right is not here, right? Let's just pretend the candle's like right there. This chart is exactly like this. Rewind back to July 5th. See, there's a resistance right here. See how many times that's touching? 1, 2, 3, 4 times at $5, basically. Psychological. Then we bring in a trend line and say, let's connect this. It's uptrending. Okay, boom. See that? It's riding the trend line to the upside. Okay? And everybody in crypto knows, experienced traders, pro traders, technical analysts, when you get this, it's like, all right, something's going to happen. Just like ocean, same thing. You get a resistance and support. So for Link, way back here, there's risk, right? But this is the best spot to buy right there. Literally right there. $4. Another good spot, $4.50 USDT. Right? Then once it breaks out, again, crypto and all the robots know. See that? Boom. Big breakout. Okay. Breakout, breakout, breakout. Then where's it going to come down to? Again, test the support level like I was saying last time. It's a flag pattern in here. Boom, like this. It's testing that support zone. Then once the test is successful and traders and robots say, you know what? It's time to buy because probably Bitcoin's going up at the same time or about to go up. Right? It tested it so many times. Like robots try to flash crash it down and then all the bull robots say nope and we buy up. Then it breaks this resistance. Then it's going to test it again. Then it goes higher. See that? But what I was saying last time is it looks a little overextended. Okay? Because I'm measuring from this breakout spot. Like I'm saying, Link in the crash, this is just a personal thing I like to do is in the worst of the crash, Chain Link crashed down negative 70% in the COVID-19 crash. Okay? And then we just went 170%. So more than 2 times than the worst crash. Even from here to here, we went 100%. Pullback, down 25%, then up. So total, it was up 300%. So I'm thinking about medium-term swing trading right now. All right, so if this is pulling back because also Bitcoin is pulling back at the same time, remember this August 17 to August 20 is down. Link, August 17 is literally this day, right? Because it topped out, it hit this resistance 2 times. Traders know, they know, okay, if we're getting stuck and Bitcoin's coming down, it's time to short. It's time to sell, right? August 17, August 20 is this block of price downtrend. Right. Also on the daily, there is a subtle head and shoulders pattern. It's not perfect, but here it is. Head and shoulders. It's a bearish pattern. You see that? Now it's all making sense. Boom. Negative, negative 16% from the neckline breakdown. Exactly hit that target with the close. Okay. So next 16 would be somewhere around here, like 1363. Right, then if it crashes down another negative 16%, that would be around the 1130 range. Down here. So, with that in mind, this is resistance. You see that? Now it's just playing 4 or 5 levels of price on Link. So again, where could Link go where people are going to be interested? Maybe $10? If it breaks below double digits, like $10 like this, interesting, right? Traders might try to trade that. $10, $9. Because that's where I'm looking is right here is like these inflection points. Where is there a cluster of price action that people in the market are like, topping out or buying support, right? So again, we're testing this first support level right here. We're testing the first support level, which is right here. Like this. See that? This is not random. This is exactly what the bots and the traders are designed to do. So if this is going to bounce, okay, if this turned into a downtrend very, very subtly, lower low, lower high, lower low. So the next obvious thing is maybe a little lower high bounce. Okay, maybe bounce up to 15. But again, it's a weekend, so I don't like to make those calls on a weekend unless it's happening, like crazy amounts of trading happening. Sometimes it happens on Saturday. I've seen it happen before. So That's still 6%, possibly, right? If it's going to go up 6%, then it could also conversely, inversely go down 6% to retest the bottom of the support level, which would be like 1270, 1280 range. What we want to watch out for is if this turns into a even more giant, large head and shoulders. If it turns into this, because you just get that lower high bounce and crash, and then it's going to really crash if it happens, right? So that would be even huge, more huge, sorry, more huge crash. Right? I'm like frothing because of the pattern. Negative 25%, right? It's like negative 25%. We way down here, $10. Again, that $10 is a very consistently interesting spot. Let me mark that. $9 actually. Also good. But again, this is crypto, so it could crash, right? But if it's going to be normal, everyday business as usual, then we're probably going to get some kind of lower low, lower high pattern like that. Why is it fading down? Why is it coming down? Because Link has been up since the bottom of this COVID-19 crash. Top to bottom, 1,224%. So when something goes 10x, I always expect, not always, but I generally expect people to sell, because if you make 10 times your money, it's just like it's like, okay, that's for crypto. That's what people want from crypto. People want 10x, 5x. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Sarah, about Ocean Protocol, Chainlink, and Stellar. I think we did all three, right? So basically, in a long story short, if somebody's ever watching this and trying to figure out like, what do I do? That's why I just emphasize two things, or basically three things. It's trend. Is it in an uptrend or is it in a downtrend? Okay, so Chainlink is in an uptrend, but kind of like a strange one, but it's still uptrend. If you just look at the more short term for like 2 months, higher high in price, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and it found a top up here. Right? So then where's the higher low going to be? Probably somewhere in the middle right here. Again, that $10 spot looks interesting to me. Right? If it breaks down, bearish. And then maybe we could try to retest the higher high, like $20 or $25. Right? And then support and resistance. What do I mean by that? Is just price levels, this stuff. These horizontal lines. And you can see it on the price cluster. Is wherever there's like a big chunk of price, large amount of price action of up or down, a cluster of prices, that is the longer term price levels. Like here, there's a cluster of trading. Right here, there's a cluster of trading. So again, this whole area up here is the resistance, and then this whole area is the support. And if you notice, right in the middle here, it's what I call no man's land, where you don't have that much support or resistance. There is one right here, but I'm just saying, you get the point though. There's like a hole in the middle here. There's like a hole in the middle, right? So you want to watch out for that. It's like, what I learned the hard way is you don't want to get caught in the middle and then it crash on you. It's the worst feeling in trading and for somebody's money, right? If you're a long-based trader and you're trying to go green, it's always buying support levels is the safest thing to do, usually. But if you miss that, let's say I came into the market like right here, it's like, well, I'm going to buy the breakout then and risk some funds, maybe not all the money. That's also something I try to teach people is like, maybe do not go all in on one particular asset, stock or crypto, because that's the fastest way to lose all somebody's money, is to put all the money into one coin and then it crashes down like negative 25, 50, 75%, and somebody sells and they just lost all their money in like a week or two. That's what I'm trying to help people not do in terms of the education, is if somebody's a long-based green trader, is we got to look at the support levels. It could be a horizontal support. Could be this. This is upside down head and shoulders, by the way. It's secret, right? Boom, right there. Boom. That's why it went up. Or just buying trendline support is like, hey, you know what? This thing is uptrending and it's looking like it's coming to an interesting spot. I'm going to risk some money right here. I put some money, maybe not all my account, right? Another strategy that a lot of my mentors taught me is just not putting all the money in at one spot, right? Because if you happen to put it here and then it goes lower, it's like, well, maybe I'll buy a little more here. And then if it comes up here and it's like, oh, then I'll buy more here, right? So you don't always have to go all in, because that's honestly, in my opinion, one of the most dangerous things somebody can do in trading or investing is putting 100% of the money into one thing. And if Chainlink goes bankrupt, right, and disappears, then the trader lost all their money. Or if they're going all in at the top because they're so hyped and so FOMO and they're so convinced, like, oh my gosh, this is it, right? We're going to the moon. And then it crashes down like this, and then they sell, panic sell, they get stopped down. They lost 33% of their account in 7 days. Horrible situation. Absolutely horrible situation. Right? So always trying to buy at support and manage the risk and manage the money. Well. All right, so I hope this helps you, Sarah, and anybody watching this. I'm going to finish up the rest of the crypto. This went a little long today. Apologies. I spent like 45 minutes on 3 cryptos, but I'm trying to teach people. Honestly, I'm trying to help people with education. So this is just for educational purposes. Hopefully this helped you, Sarah. And I'm just going to kind of go through these last ones pretty fast. So let's move on. Ethereum. So Ethereum, really quick, we hit our downside target. Again, we found our resistance right here at 445. Right, we didn't quite hit 500, but again, we're finding a resistance right here at 445. And so again, our momentum is coming back into neutral zone. It could crash down more, but at the same time, we're just playing our support levels, right? So these support levels all make sense over here. What we want to watch out for is this: if this turns to a head and shoulders, that would be bad. That would be bad. If it crashes down negative 13%, that would be somewhere in the 350 range, like this one. Right, so this could be a downside target number 1. And then if it goes negative like 15% more from that, then 300 psychological would be the next target down here. All right, so we already hit our first target, our downside target. But again, everything's following Bitcoin. Everything's following Bitcoin. Everything's following Bitcoin right now. So if I only had to pick one chart I could look at, all I would pay attention to is the Bitcoin chart first to see where is the big boss of crypto going. That's going to determine the market. So, immediate support, 365. Immediate resistance, 398. These two. Okay, next, Ripple, XRP. Again, this is a double top pattern, okay? Making me a little bit cautious, okay? Because we went into a FOMO rally, and then we have a double top saying this is a serious resistance up here for Ripple. 32 cents. So then we came back down. And pattern, boom, down to support right here. At 27 cents. 27 cents. Okay. And again, there's not much support in the middle of here until you hit back down 20 cents. So you kind of want to be, oh, there's right here. But you want to be a little careful on Ripple. Because if 23 cents is the support, and we break down, that is basically negative 12%. Okay, if you want to measure this M, that's another technical analysis. Tool, 12%, exactly, 23 cents, and that's hitting that previous support. So it's like 23 cents. Very interesting. Very interesting. Price level, 23 cents. 23 cents. Mark it for next time. All right, so, but if we bounce up to the upside, then just test this resistance one more time, 32 cents. So this is the upside target. Okay, next, Bitcoin Cash, USD, Bitcoin Cash, USD. Let me open, yeah, this could work, right? So these trend lines right here. So Bitcoin Cash in a bit of a downtrend, a little bit. So let's actually not call it a downtrend, okay? Because it's actually not confirmed yet. But let's bring out the parallel channel tool for this. Boom. Now that makes more sense. Didn't quite hit our target of 338. But again, a lot of just market bots just flipping out around here. Just boom, boom, up and down, up and down, up and down. Like that. Like that in this channel, right? But we're hitting the bottom of this channel. It's the third time of support, right? Remember, so support, but then the problem with support is, yes, this could be like some kind of baby upside down head and shoulders, but it's also triple bottom. So that's why we're finding some support right here. Also, the relationship with Bitcoin finding its support right there. So again, bullish target to the upside for Bitcoin Cash would be $300, right in the middle right here. I'm going to leave that $300. Target number 2 would be 321, top of this if we go up, right? But if we break down, then first target is 275, then 260 because of previous range down here. So these are the two bearish targets. This one's a little easier because it's just stuck in a sideways consolidation pattern right here. Next, Cardano, AEDA USD. So again, the relationship August 17th, where's August 17th? Right here, August 17th, we're breaking down. You see that and finding, so it's just following Bitcoin basically. So let's clean this chart up. Came back down to the support level range right here. There's a support level box range right here. Boom, you see that? This zone. So then the resistance zone is right here. And then there's another resistance zone up top right here. And then there's not support until way down here. So this is what I mean. Cardano, I want to be a little bit careful. Let's check. So Cardano, yeah, it's kind of it's lost enough momentum where it's finding a support level down here. But if something happens bearish, then it's going to break down to like 10 cents somewhere here, right? But if Bitcoin finds its bottom and reverses, then this will likely be the bottom area short term for Cardano. Cardano area right here, right? Because it's like, hold on, this is like the second time I hit this and it's going to hit it 3 times, all right? This is support. But want to watch out too, if this in a week or something turns into a head and shoulders, that would be very bad for Cardano. All right, but I want to speed this up. So it's basically just support and resistance, right? Support here, resistance here. Support 11 cents, resistance 13 cents. Like 12 cents support. Okay, Litecoin, oh, Litecoin breaking out of our pattern right here. So Litecoin had its breakout moment. So this is what I mean by flag consolidation patterns. Right here, perfect example. You have the flag up, you have the the flagpole rally FOMO up. Then you have the flag right here down, finding support at this bottom trend line, key. Buyers buying right there. Also, there is a support level this old one. You see that? Like that. Also, probably technically, there's probably some other setup right here. But it, boom, a little bit, it turned into an upside down head and shoulders with the breakout. And then where's the target? Our target we set last time, $65. Okay, hit that target, then quick traders very quickly said, oh, Bitcoin's crashing. Then they got out. It's basically the story of Litecoin in the past 2 weeks. So now what we want to watch for is this is a clear example of support resistance coming to play. Resistance right here, $60, support at $54 and $56. So it's just playing these levels, right? But Litecoin didn't confirm, very, very short-term downtrend, lower low, lower high, lower low. So where's the likely next thing? Maybe a higher, lower high, meaning like this. So $60 could be the upside bullish target for Litecoin. Downside target would be $57, right? So Litecoin in a plus or minus at least 3% or 4%, depending on Bitcoin. Okay, next, Binance Coin. So Binance Coin right off the bat, double top pattern. See this? I was saying a little bit of that last time. So how do we know it could go to the downside? Okay, 10% to the downside. So 10% would be way down here, like $19. 10% again to the downside would be $17, right? And these are hitting these inflection support resistance zones like very, very nicely. It's not random. And then one more down here, 15. So, and there's immediate one right here, 21. Resistance above, 23. And like I said last time, like $25. Okay, so it's not over yet. If we lose this support on Binance Coin for 21.37, I would be a little bit concerned. Okay, I would be concerned because then this is too easy to happen in crypto. Just lose some momentum on Bitcoin, then all the traders and bots say nope, and then shorts come in and everyone sells, gets stopped out, and we get the pullback. So when you get these double tops, you want to be a little bit careful. Okay, but we are in the neutral zone. We're probably going to hit these support resistance zones all around here. So another one here at 20. Yes, it's in a golden cross. Yes, it's true. But at the same time, though, if you're losing momentum, if, again, these moving averages right here on the top need to hold. They need to hold. Last one. EOS. Very similar to Litecoin, right? We broke out above here, finding support here. break out of resistance, hit the target of $4, like I was saying for several weeks, almost $4, $3.95, close enough, right? Then the August 17 pullback on Bitcoin. So it came back down to this resistance level right here, support right here, resistance up here, and it's trending down. So again, right here, if it's lower low, lower high, lower low, it's seeking out the lower low. Where exactly is that going to be? Once it establishes that, then we're going to bounce up to a lower high, unless Bitcoin breaks back up, right? But I'm saying this is looking like the pattern: lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, back down to here. So again, EOS, want to be a little bit careful, but it's finding support on this day, so we want to see what happens in the next week, right? It's finding support. It's the hammer candle right here, support right there. So it could just bounce up very easily to 350. Okay, so bullish target 350, immediate support 325, bearish target $3. Very simple, 1, 2, 3. Just watch out for that. All right, everybody, it's been almost 2 hours and we covered everything. Thank you so much for watching this live stream. Really appreciate it. Please consider subscribing. Please leave a like. Please leave a comment. Share this channel and information with your friends, with your family. I'm just trying to help people with technical analysis. So, and for next time, if you have additional stocks and crypto tickers and charts you want me to analyze, please leave a comment in the comment box or the chat box. And again, thank you so much for watching this. I just have to say the disclaimer again. These videos and charts, everything I'm saying, everything I'm showing are for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. This is not trading advice. So thanks again. I hope you have a nice weekend, everybody. And always remember, no FOMO, no FOMO. All right? No FOMO. Okay. Have a good one. Bye-bye.